Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Chris Captures, and in this video I want to go through some of my favorite manga covers from my entire manga collection, which you can see behind me just here. I've got so many different series and so many different styles of artwork in there, but the covers are something entirely unique. So this is not going to be in order of what I think is the best, but I'm going to run through why I think they could be in the top 5 and one honorable mention. I found this really tricky to do because while I love the covers of most of the manga that I have, a lot of them aren't as stand out, but some of them, when I went through my shelves to pick this out, really stood out to me for one reason or another. I'm going to try and break it down for you. I'm not an art major or anything like that, but I can explain to you why I like them. So I tried to do a top 5, but instead I have got 6, so I'm going to do one as an honorable mention, and I'll do that one first. For this, I'm going to pick Kaiju number 8, volume 10. Spoilers if you're not up to date on Kaiju number 8. Feel free to fast forward until this time so that you don't get spoilers for the series. This is really interesting for a story beat in particular. Kaiju number 8 has always had quite bold and striking covers, but this one in particular, the colours are great, and it's a bold image. It's interesting having like a full background image with a character on the front. What really blew me away with this was when I turned it over and saw the back cover. So the front and back go hand in hand in this one. So like I said, spoilers, as we flip it, we do get the mirrored image of this on the other side of Shibuya Crossing, in which we have a kaiju version of the character from the front cover. So the character on the front is Kikoro Shinomiya, and she is one of the strongest prospects in the Japanese Defense Force right now. Like I said, spoilers for the series, her father has been corrupted and sort of absorbed by one of the leading kaiju. So they're taking that information to recreate a twisted version of Shinomiya from her father's mind and using his DNA to help replicate more kaiju and absorb their power, because he was able to synchronize with one of the weapons from a previous kaiju. So we get this standoff between the two, and I just thought like this was incredible storytelling, being able to see like a shot reverse shot of one scene all on one cover. I've not seen that done before. This is just after she bonds with number 3 as well, so it works on many levels because she is basically wearing the armor that her mother used to wear, who got killed in action. She has been the first person since her mother that's been able to bond with this kaiju suit and weapon. So then contrasting that with the dark version created from the memories of her father, she's now connected with her mother and she's being brought down with what the kaiju have corrupted of her father. I thought that was a really interesting duality on the cover of a book. I might be reading way too far into that, but I thought that was a super cool one. So that is honorable mention / number 6. Top 5s work better, okay? Top 5s just work better. The next one for me is this version of Demon Slayer Volume 1. So I've got 3 versions of this book. I've got the English version from the box set, I've got the Japanese version, which is right here, and then this is the French version, French special edition version that I got from a local comic book store when I was in Nice last year. I went, and just so happened to be on the corner of our street was a big comic book bookstore cafe, and I saw this copy and I thought, I mean, why not get another version of one of my favorite series of all time? And when I saw the cover and the texture cover and all this, I was like, it's got to be done at this point, hasn't it? So this is also the artwork that is used on the English version, but this version here on the special edition I thought was super interesting because obviously we can see on the original version it's what actually happens. This is like Nezuko has been turned, Tanjiro is trying to defend her from corrupting and also from people wanting to kill her because she is corrupted. This is taken from the scene in the forest with Tomioka, and this is almost like an idyllic version of if nothing had gone wrong, if the demon hadn't come and slaughtered Tanjiro's family and corrupted Nezuko, this would be the version of the characters that we see. So I loved that. It was sort of like an alternate world version, and also it's this textured, it's got bits of foil in on it, It's a real nice addition, and also, yeah, it is one continuous image. So Tanjiro still has his demon blade there. Nezuko might be corrupted, but it's a lot less of a sorrowful look than this is like pain, and this feels like a family still connected. Yeah, just interesting to me. So also on the inside as well, just to level that up even more, it's the same composition as this version, but as a happy family, just proving once again that this is the version of events that would have taken place if the demon had never come and Tanjiro just got back from his day delivering charcoal that day, which is incredible and sort of heartbreaking at the same time. And also, it also means that we get this like patterned like Nezuko's kimono. It's this beautiful silver foil version. Sorry, it's tricky to get with the light because it is just silver gloss. I completely forgot, on the inside of the Japanese we have this version on here as well, so it's a homage to the original Japanese version. But yeah, I thought that was really nice, seeing like an alternate what if sort of. I do like to try and collect alternate versions of covers that I've already got. Like I said, it's all in French. Also, the paper quality in the French versions is very nice. Next up, I'm going to do this volume here of Haikyuu. Now, when I was going through my manga, there are lots of great covers and stuff like this, but this one just interested me in the medium in which it was made. It looks like it's almost like oil pastel, the way it's been done. Like these strokey, wispy bits of just, it's really kinetic. The energy in it is so good. This almost feels like a shot straight out of the anime. Hinata like fully running, he's got his arms back, about to leap into action for a block or a spike. The way that this has been done, like I said, it looks oil pastel-y here and then almost watercolory on his face. Like I said, these wisping lines, this kinetic energy just really intrigues me, and it's a simple cover, which a lot of the Haikyuu volumes have a lot of characters on the cover. They're quite busy, it's trying to show you something. This is as locked in as Hinata is, just staring. He locks you into the cover as much as he is locked in the scene. Where are we up to in the story at this point? Okay, yeah. So we're just meeting some of the giant guys from regionals. Yeah, this is when he goes to the school to. Yeah, iconic shot. Iconic shot. We're not talking about the inside though. We're talking about the outside. Like I said, not too much to say because I'm not like I'm not like a major art guy, but yeah, I really vibe with this one. I like the stripped backness, but the energy and the flow to it. Interesting. This next volume is one of my favorite ones, but I haven't read the series yet, so I don't know what to say about it as much. But again, this feels like something that you don't often see in the medium of manga, and that is this cover of Slam Dunk. And this looks to me like almost oil painting of this character. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. Like the blue is so poppy compared to obviously the red jerseys and the red tones of the skin. It's really striking, but then also we've got these two like very 90s manga like cartoony drawings on either of his shoulders. So it almost makes him stand out even more because this character is in this stoic oil painting Renaissance looking vibe. And then we've got these two like guys clearly looking jealous or angry at him over his shoulders in the classic cartoon style. Since I got this, I've loved this cover. I think I mentioned in the haul how much I liked the look of this cover. Slam Dunk's got so many different art styles in its covers that this one was just one of the ones that stood out. I love the way they use colours in some of the other ones. But this one, like I said, the painterly aesthetic to it, really, really cool. Yeah, see, like this is like the style of the other two characters on there. But then, ooh. He's like mewing at the camera. Yeah, it's a medium that I've not seen on a manga cover before, that oil painting sort of style. So yeah, it just really, really stands out to me, and that's why I like it so much. It's a break from the norm. I think I did a pretty okay job at describing that. I'm gonna leave one to last because I feel like I could say a bit more about it, So for now, we're going to go with this copy of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. So this is volume 7 from part 7, I believe. Yeah. Now this part of JoJo's has not come out, at least as far as I'm aware, in the new versions of JoJo's yet, and the manga is yet to be adapted. So I don't really know too much. But when I saw this on the shelf, like, I tried not to pick up too much JoJo's when I was in Japan. I got this from... Ooh, where did I get this from? I put the name of the store on screen now. I'm completely blanking. But they had, like, so many copies of JoJo's there. But this one really stood out to me. The striking, it's one of my favourite colourways, pink and teal. And I just love the way that Araki does his covers. Like, he puts so much thought into his layouts. We've got... Is this Gyro Zeppeli? Is that the right character name? I think he's here, and then everyone else is framed within it, and it draws your eye across to these guys riding off on their horses, which is the entire theme of this part. With the leading lines work so well. We've got the rainbows in the clouds. Maybe a character dies in this scene, or this is related to, because we know that Araki uses the clouds and the sky and rainbows and stuff to like depict characters that we've lost. Yeah, I love just the bold colours, the way people are framed. Like, it's surrealist, like a lot of JoJo's artwork is. The way we got, this is our JoJo for this part, I believe. I'm not sure who this character is, but like, it's simple on colours. It sticks to the blue and the pink. Yeah, this is just so appealing to look at. It's incredible to look at, and look at, like, we've got a close-up of those guys riding off it again with a slightly different version of the clouds in the back. What is the inner... Oh, we've got Araki as Mona Lisa. Fantastic artwork. Like, you can't say anything other than that for JoJo's. It's striking, it's bold, it is what it is. It's unashamedly JoJo's. You like, well, it doesn't say JoJo's on here anywhere, but if you like cover that up, you know that that is Araki's work. You know that that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So hell yeah, I'll take that any day. Okay, one last one. The number one in the top 5, even though they're not rated. And I thought this might have been an honourable mention, but since I've been thinking about it, I've got some more things to think about. Is this volume 58 of One Piece? Now, before I even owned this, I saw this design on t-shirts. That's, I think, one of the reasons it sticks in my mind, because One Piece covers can be really good. A lot of the times it's just a bunch of characters stacked up on the cover, whereas this feels like it tells a bit of a narrative inside of the story as well. So we've got Luffy in the middle of the Paramount War. This is the volume where he finally makes it to the platform, I believe. Yeah, so Ace has been freed. Is this the volume? Is this the volume it happens? Spoilers for One Piece, especially the Paramount War. This is the volume in which it happens. And I feel like that makes this cover all the more important. We've got Luffy looking so small compared to these admirals. We've got Sengoku, we've got Garp, we've got the 3 vice admirals on here as well. And we've got Luffy beaten, bloodied, and just holding it together. He's surrounded on all sides, which is what he is in the story at this point. They've just made it to the mainland. They're in the court, like, with the execution platform above him. He is surrounded on every side. It is his last stand. As you can see, he's nearly gone. We've got Garp and Sengoku on opposite sides, facing away from each other, showing that they are opposed in their ideologies and what is happening here. You can see the 3 admirals here, like, aggressively, like, they are in boxes. They have boxed Luffy into a corner. So you can tell that, like, everything is weighing up against him. You see them all using the powers, which is great. You see on this side that there's ice on here, showing that Luffy has already had an encounter with Aokiji or Kuzan. Yeah, it's... This one here tells a narrative in of itself. So I thought that was super interesting. Maybe it's just because I've read this full arc and it's very recent to me, so I'm thinking about it a lot more. But this feels like it's got a story to it. Like I said, Sengoku and Garp facing off against each other. pointing in opposite directions. You've got the three admirals. Like, it helps that two of them are sort of like looking down on Luffy as well. Sort of gives that impending doom sort of feel. And also, you surrounded Luffy by 5 of the strongest people that the Navy have got to throw at him, and made him the smallest element on the page. It's telling the narrative. It's showing you what will happen. What Luffy has to overcome to save his brother Ace is what is on this panel. He needs to deal with warring ideologies. He needs to deal with, well, even these three have different ideologies of how you tackle justice. Obviously, like, they've all got their own slogan, like lazy justice and all this sort of absolute justice. Yeah, I think that's super interesting. With the context of the story, this cover means more. Yeah, which was super interesting to me. Super interesting to me. It's sort of like the Kaiju number 8 volume, how the narrative is told by the way it's laid out on the book itself. So too does this cover of One Piece, which I thought was super interesting.
So that is me trying to explain to you guys my philosophy behind why I love these covers so much. I would love to know what your favorite covers in your collections are, what your favorite from my collection is. If I've missed one on the shelf that you think is absolutely outstanding, please let me know that as well. Hopefully I wasn't just spouting off a load of rubbish. Hopefully it made sense to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more manga content on the channel. Stay tuned for Super September, and I'll see you guys very soon.